As a kid, I was always fascinated with history. I read about it, I watched documentaries, but now I want to visit and walk the ground of those historic places that I've spent years studying. Join me on my trek, History Adventures. In today's episode, we're going to be checking out some of Guadalcanal's war relics. The Guadalcanal campaign was the longest in the Pacific Theater from August 7, 1943 to February 9, 1943. Here on Guadalcanal, there was air, land, and sea combat, and later the area served as a training location for future operations in the Pacific. With the amount of men and equipment fighting here, there is an incredible amount of war relics in the jungles and in the ocean. Some of these relics are now on display at museums or where they were left during World War II. The Japanese transport KINUGAWA MARU. The KINUGAWA MARU was part of the Tokyo Express bringing supplies to Guadalcanal. On November 15, 1942, just after midnight, she was stopped with other transports just west of Guadalcanal. She was ordered to beach on the shores of the island. At approximately 4 a.m., she was beached and began offloading supplies. By dawn, roughly 2,000 troops, 260 cases of ammunition, and 1,500 bags of rice have been unloaded. At 5 a.m., the coastal artillery at Lunga Point, over 19,000 yards away, spotted her. They opened fire, scoring hits. The USS Meade arrived and also scored some hits. At dawn, planes from Henderson Field bombed the ship. By noon, she had been sunk. After the war, she was scrapped, and today all that remains are a few sections above water. Since she is close to shore, she is a very popular tourist stop for snorkeling and scuba diving. Even though she has deteriorated badly, you can still swim in and around her. The KINUGAWA MARU. The Vilu War Museum. The Vilu War Museum was started by Fred Kona in the 1970s. On the property are a number of memorial plaques representing a few different countries. Fred collected war relics from the jungles and brought them here to his property. A number of the items have been donated. It is amazing the amount of relics here at the Vilu War Museum. the Vilu War Museum. The M4A3 Sherman tank. This Sherman tank did not participate in the Guadalcanal campaign but arrived sometime after February 1943. Guadalcanal became a major training and staging area for future operations in the Pacific. This M4A3 Sherman was stripped of most of its useful parts and then moved to the firing range and used as a target. The Sherman has remained in the same location since World War II. The Tetere Beach World War II Museum. This area of the Tetere Beach became the LVT Amtrak storage and dumping grounds. These LVTs are the LVT-1 models. Each LVT was stripped of any useful equipment like engines, armaments, and fittings, and left here since World War II. The elements have taken their toll on the LVTs, and most are now just thin shells. Also in this area, Japanese troops would make landings in the early morning hours of November 3, 1942, joining forces with the Japanese troops withdrawing from the October 23 to 26, 1942 attack on Henderson Field. This would become known as the Coley Point Action. Escaping Japanese troops from the pocket in this area would be pursued by the 2nd Marine Raider Battalion, known as Carlson's Long Patrol. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Guadalcanal War Relics. Please like and leave a comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Also, share this video with everybody you know that's a history buff. Again, thanks for watching.